I don't know why life keeps stopping. I really don't know. That's so annoying for me. That annoys like the living daylights out of. Oh, we switch it around. That. Yes. There we go. Yeah, no, never mind. Give up on sword stands. Let's go. Oh, sacred swords. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Had to change the what do you call this? Camera angle. How does this look? I don't know. No, that's not good now. I'm looking for good lighting. I mean that's okay. Yeah. So I'm a what do you call this? I'm a react to something. I'm not much of a reactor. So I'm trying to react to something. So we're gonna react to stupidest reasons people called 911. What's up, Kuklana? I'm good, man. How are you? I'm good. Okay. Let me bring up
You better check out InDrive.
InDrive. I use it all the time.
you guys, please let me know if you guys can hear the audio. If you can hear, because last time I had a problem where people couldn't really hear. So please let me know in the chat if you guys can hear.
You can choose the best price there.
And even the driver.
InDrive. Rise
Hey,
adjust
hold
fare
on.
price with the driver you trust.
Inside a
Oh my
Discovery Bank
days.
card,
Okay,
there's my world travel.
ads are annoying. It's me, bro. Is it Kuklana from church? There we go. Hold on, let me start video. Okay.
In the United States, 911 operators receive up to 500 calls a day. Some are genuine emergencies, but a shocking number of people call for the dumbest reasons you could possibly imagine. Whether it's over cold fast food or really needing
I can imagine people called like. Let me see. Let me see if I can think of like some instances where someone would call 911 unnecessarily. I mean, if you're stuck in an elevator, does that count as like unnecessary? Like calling 911? Chad, what do you think? Does that count as unnecessary? If you're in a like stuck in an elevator and you call 911, is that unnecessary? Oh, where's bro? Oh, where? I see now. I see on my phone. So let me know, Chad. It's like unnecessary? Is it unnecessary to call 911 when you're stuck in an elevator? Because I'm trying to think of some instances where you would call 911 unnecessarily. It's necessary, okay, yeah. But at the same time, the elevator does have a bell, yeah. What else? I mean, some random old person could fall down, I guess. Well, that's, I don't know. I'm trying to think, man. I'm trying to think. Why would people call 911? Like, what are dumb reasons people would call 911? Yeah, the bell in the elevator is also not really that trustworthy, huh? Yeah. Okay, yeah, so that's kind of necessary. You gotta call 911 if you're stuck in an elevator. I mean, prank calls always there. That could be. What else? I can think of funny instances where you call 911, but I can't think of any. I mean, stuck in your own house, like you lost your keys, you're stuck, you're like locked inside, or you're locked outside. I mean, oh, that's also strange. All stupidest reasons. So not unnecessary, actually, just stupid reasons. I mean, I think like losing your keys, like while being in the house, you locked your house in, you locked yourself inside the house, so your keys are inside the house, but you can't find them. So you're locked in the house and you call 911. I think that's stupid. Well, not stupid. I'm not judging. That's completely normal. But I think that would be a crazy reason. What do you think, Chad? Okay, anyways, let's go. Let's get back to the video.
To go pee. Here are some of the stupid. It's over cold fast food or really needing to go pee. Here are some of the stupidest reasons people have called 911. Permit Patty. Some people can find the pettiest reasons to call the police, but you'll struggle to find someone pettier than this woman.
This woman don't want to let a little girl sell some water. She calling police on an 8-year-old little girl. You can hide all you want. The whole world gonna see you, boo.
Yeah, and illegally selling water without a permit? Yeah.
On my property.
It's not your property.
In the now viral clip, Allison Attell can be seen reporting the heinous crime of an 8-year-old girl selling bottles of water without a permit. Shock horror. The video was taken by the girl's older.
Okay, yeah, that's not. I mean, that's Karen behavior right there. That's Karen behavior. I'm not gonna lie. That's Karen behavior. I personally would not. I wouldn't. I wouldn't do something like that, man. That's unnecessary. Like, why are you trying to like mess up a little kid's day? What did the kid do to you? Like, what? But would you really call 911 for that? Isn't that calling the police? That's different than 911. 911 is like an emergency. Police, I mean, it's also an emergency, but it's not as much of an emergency service, Man, that's... What did the kid do to you? Like, what?
Her cousin in quickly went viral, causing a mass backlash against Allison, who the internet damningly dubbed Permit Patty. And with this sudden surge in attention, it wasn't long before Allison's identity.
Imagine you're such a Karen. Like, imagine you're such a Karen. You actually get a nickname from the internet. That's crazy. Crazy. Oh my days. Like, imagine you do something stupid and you get a nickname for that. I mean, that's how nicknames come. Look, but like, the whole internet knows you as that. Like, imagine you call 911, right? And like, you're stuck in the toilet. And you call 911. And like, it makes its way to the media. And like, now the whole internet knows you as the toilet guy. Man. Imagine, like... Yeah.
He was made public. Several businesses she'd been set to work with cut ties with her, and her reputation took a major hit as people accused her actions of being racially motivated. Allison denied this and even said in a later interview that she hadn't phoned the police at all, only pretended to.
That's dumb. That's dumb anyways. Like, why would you do that? It's not like... Why? That's unnecessary. Okay, but let me try and put myself in this woman's shoes. Imagine, okay, you're walking down the side of the road, right? And this little girl, 8 years old trying to sell water. First of all, why are you selling water? Like, can't I just go to my tap and pour water there? I don't know. Anyways, you're like walking, you see the kid, she's selling water, you think to yourself, why is she selling water? I can just go to my tap. Anyways, blah, blah, blah. How does that offend you? How does that make you mad? Like, why would you want to call the police on that? I really don't understand it.
Right. Even if true, it doesn't make her any less of a horrible person. As for the little girl, it turns out she was selling
Exactly, Chad. I wouldn't even like. Why would you stop? Like, okay, I get it, right? Maybe you're like jogging and you're far from your house. There's no tap nearby. You need to buy water, so that's understandable why she would sell water. I guess maybe she needs the money for a school trip or something. But why would you want to stop the child from selling water? I mean, it's water. Yeah, sure, you need a permit, but I don't know. Do you really need a permit to sell water? I mean, everyone has it. I don't know. It's also like weird. It's weird. Like, why water of all things? Isn't that like kind of like a money glitch, like a money hack, RIL money hack? To be fair, you do pay for the water. You just go to your tap, throw water in like bottles, and you sell that. Well, probably she didn't do that. Maybe she actually like went and bought proper bottles, proper bottles of water. It's just weird, man. It's weird from both sides, because the little girl like selling water, man, come on. Yeah, at least do a bit better. Like try lemonade or something. Yeah, I'm also saying like for people who are jogging maybe. And so, but I mean, doesn't like America have like these taps like at the parks and stuff, like these outdoor taps? I don't know. It could be smart. It's just a strange business idea, I guess.
water to help save up money for a trip to Disneyland. Well, after the video
Okay, so that's why she was selling. Okay.
went viral, one kind citizen decided to buy 4 tickets for her and her family.
They know you want to.
Now that's a good Samaritan right there. Now that's a good Samaritan. That's a good person. That's a good guy, good girl, whoever that is. Can we all just have a round of applause for that person? Can we just? Well done. That person's probably not even watching this video, but well done to who's this? Jonathan Brannon. Brannon? Yeah. Well done, Jonathan. Guys, I think this is Twitter. Go check him out. Go check out my boy Jonathan Brannon. Hold on, let me go check him out on Twitter. Just for this. That's man. May God bless him. He deserves only good things. Can we just have a round of applause for this guy? In the chat, guys, come on. Can we just have a moment of silence? Wake up the whole neighborhood by a loud claps just for this guy. He deserves it, man. He's a good guy. He deserves blessings, man. May God bless him. Jonathan. Is this him? I think so. This looks like my boy Jonathan. Go check him out. Can you even see? Yeah, you can. Okay. I think that's him. I don't know how long ago this video was posted. How long? I'm not gonna check. But yeah, shout out my boy Jonathan. Following him. Go follow him on Twitter. Shout out, shout out, shout out. Let's get back to the video.
Kind citizen decided to buy 4 tickets for her and her family.
They know you want to go to Disneyland, and they bought you 4 tickets to go.
No, at least something good came from this mess. McDonald's most
See, this is where the Bible comes in. This is where the Bible comes into play. Bible says all things work for the good glory and the goodness of God's kingdom. And you see, this situation is a perfect example of that. Some random Karen tried to break down my little sister, or not like bloodline, but like my little sister, and man, she bounced back like a legend, you know. And God gave her like 4 tickets for her and her family. Man, that's legendary. That's legendary. That's man.
wanted. Don't you just hate
God, dude.
it when you're leaving your local fast food joint only to discover that the food you just paid for is ice cold?
Can you guys hear me like while the video is playing and I talk? Can you hear me? Hold on. I'm a
You hate it so much you'd call the police over it though?
you in the video.
Well, then 24-year-old Antoine Sims clearly does. In August 2022, he called 911 after getting into an altercation with staff over being served cold fries. Police arrived at what they assumed to be an overblown customer service dispute, interviewed and
Okay. I see. Thanks, Chet. Thanks for your help.
McDonald's most wanted. Don't you just hate it when you're leaving your local fast food joint only to discover that the food you just paid for is ice cold? Do you hate it so much you'd call the police over it though? Well, then 24-year-old Antoine Sims clearly does. In August 2022,
A 24-year-old. From a 24-year-old. From a 24-year-old. I could imagine that from like a 40-year-old or 50 or 60. But a 24-year-old? What? Was he high on something or what?
he called 911 after getting into an altercation with staff over being served cold fries. Police arrived at what they assumed
Fries are fries, my guy. Just ask them to warm it up. Or take it to your house and just warm it up there. I mean, don't you got a microwave or something?
to be an overblown customer service dispute, interviewed Antoine and the restaurant owner, and returned to their squad car. So far, so standard. But after searching Antoine's name in the police database, they made a shocking discovery. It turns out our dissatisfied customer had a warrant out for his arrest. And this was no minor crime. It related to a homicide case from back in 2018.
Hold on. I'm blonde and I'm white and I don't understand what homicide means. Let me Google it. Don't judge me. Homicide is the general term for the act of one person. Okay. So it's murder. Okay. Yeah, it is an overreaction, I guess. It is. It really is. But we're only hearing one side of the story. That's the thing. We don't know. Did the guy ask, like, can you please just warm this up? Like, because remember, the way you ask, remember the Bible says, a harsh answer stirs up anger, you know? So it's about, like, how did he ask? Did he be like, yo, man, why are you giving me cold things? Man, why have you no brain? Are you stupid? You know? Or it can be like, hey, man, I realize my fries are cold. Can you please warm them up for me in the microwave? Do you mind? And if they mind, I mean, just go to your house, man, at that point. Never buy at that McDonald's again or whatever. You know, just buy somewhere else, I guess. At the same time, like, how, like, I don't want to say dumb or stupid because that feels like I'm judging. But how, like, unaware of the situation do you have to be to call the police knowing that you're a guy that the police are actually looking for? Like, you know the police are looking for you, yet you're calling them. That like, first of all, how? That doesn't make sense. That's weird to me. I don't understand that.
What? And he called the cops over some cold fries? How
Exactly. That's like exactly what I'm saying.
stupid can you get? After quickly gathering himself, the officer returned to the restaurant to question Antoine further, but the wanted criminal started to suspect something. As he was handed some documents to sign, he suddenly bolted for it.
Is this the best survival game ever made?
This is the aircraft carrier shelter you seized, previously owned by a small faction of about 800 people. Now, it belongs to you. Although you lost about 120 brave warriors, you finally took the shelter. After cleaning the mess and bodies, you found a lot of
I'm getting crazy deja vu right now. Hold on. Why is my thing lagging?
But it wasn't gonna be that easy. The police gave chase and after
Hold on. What is chat saying? At the same time, it's their job to check if the food is good. Yeah, that is. I hear your point. I hear your point. Maybe they forgot to check, man. Maybe it was a long night. Maybe like their aunt died or something and they were not in the mood. You know? We're only hearing one side of the story.
After utilizing a taser, Antoine was quickly caught and arrested. Mr. Sims was charged, but the details of his trial are currently unknown. What we do know is he's definitely not loving it. Love at first sight. They say love makes people do stupid things. Well, that's definitely the case for this caller who decided she'd try using 911 as her own form of speed dating.
911, do you need fire, medical, or police?
No, ma'am, I don't. I don't have an emergency. 2 police officers just left my house just now. Third. Could I get their names, please?
Was it?
Just the music turned down. He was the cutest cop I've seen in God knows how long. I just don't know his name.
Earlier that day, a Washington County deputy had arrived at Lorna Jean Dudash's house after her neighbor made a noise complaint. It was a short interaction, a simple knock on the door, and a warning to keep it down. But despite the wholly unromantic nature of the exchange, something clearly stirred within Lorna. After he left, she waited until she was sure he was back at the station and then, consumed by the throes of passion, dialed 911.
Doesn't come very often a good-looking man comes at your doorstep.
You need them to come back there?
Oh, I'd like that, yeah.
Why do you need them to come back there?
Because I have an emergency. I'll think of something. He's cute.
Office.
But you tell him that.
I'm just processing what's happening now. Like, keep in mind, right? Just remember, this is an emergency helpline, right? Someone might be dying. Trying to get on the phone with 911. Meanwhile, 911 is on the phone with someone like this. I don't know if you want to call it simping or just like completely down bad. Is this desperation? What is this? Because literally, someone else's life might be on the line on this. God forbid, but someone might have lost their life just because this lady is trying to get a husband or something, you know? Like, bro, 911 is not a dating site. Get Tinder or something. First of all, I'm asking myself this question: would I have done it? First of all, I have guababa, so no. For my American viewers, if you don't know what guababa is, it's the fear of talking to women and the fear of like approaching women. So of course I was not gonna, no, that's just no, man, that's down bad. Just accept your loss at that point. Like, if it's like, you know, if it's destiny, if it's meant to be, you'll get to meet the guy again. But if it's not, then bro, leave it there. I would not go out of my way, call 911, hey, let this pretty girl come back to my crib, just so I can, I don't know, talk to her, see her again, get her numbers. I don't know. I would not do that. No, that's literally simping. That's chasing, man. That's chasing. That's too much, man. That's too much. That's literally doing too much. Cut your losses at that point. You could have at least, like, you could have done your business, like, asked them for their numbers or whatever while they were still there. Now that you're like, nah, bro, nah. Would I do it? No, I would not. Hold on, let me give it some thought. You see, it's difficult for me because I already have my eyes set on one person alone. So I'm trying to put myself in a situation that person comes in. Even bro, even if it is my soulmate and I know it's my soulmate, when they come to my door, like, doing their job, I would not. I mean, they're on the job, like, man, I wouldn't. So yeah, I wouldn't do that. Always, God bless, Kotlano, yeah. God bless you. Good night, man. But yeah, personally, I would not do something like this, no. But hey, what you won't do for love. You know? So I don't know. Love is blind, man. Love is crazy. Love makes you do weird things. So I can't even say for sure if I would do it or not. I genuinely don't know.
I think the partner's thrown back my way, would you?
It's pretty clear that the officer is missing the signals. As the call continues, Lorna starts to get a bit more honest about her situation.
Okay, and where is the noise?
Honey, I'm just going to be honest with you, okay? I just thought he was cute. I'm 45 years old, and I'd like to meet him again. But I don't know how to go about doing that without...
Again, from a person who you would not expect, from an age group that you would not expect these types of things from. 45-year-old. I would expect these types of things like from a 20-year-old, 19-year-old, like 20s, like teenager 20s. Not like from midlife, man. Like not from a completely full-grown adult human being. I would not. I wouldn't. I would not. No. What?
Calling 911.
I mean, you've got to give her some credit for their brutal honesty. And in one sense, it worked. The deputy she had her eyes on did return, only it wasn't with flowers and chocolate, it was with handcuffs.
Yeah. Yeah. To arrest her, yeah. She'll see him in jail every day, I guess. Man, that's... Take this as a life lesson, guys. Don't be so down bad. Don't be so desperate, bro. Keep your eyes on the prize. Seek first the kingdom of heaven, and everything else will be added. Don't go out of your way for this, man. Like, not to this extent. Not to this extent.
Udash was arrested for misuse of the 911 dispatch line by the very cop she'd fallen for, an offense punishable by a fine of potentially thousands of dollars and even a possible year of jail time. Talk about a romantic tragedy. But you know what would be an even bigger tragedy? If you missed out
Imagine going to jail for being down bad.
on the exciting videos that are uploaded to my channel every week. So click those like and subscribe buttons so you never miss out. Butt dial disaster. Is there anything more
How did I
relaxing than
not think of a butt dial? How did I not think of a butt dial? I mean, that's like a silly reason to be calling 911. Like, 911, what's your emergency? And all of a sudden you just hear, like you just hear, like, that would be a crazy situation. I mean, couldn't happen to me. That's why I don't put my phone in my back pocket.
and kicking back and playing video games with your friends? Well, you might feel different if you knew it could end with a real gun being
Yo. PS, what the Xbox Call of Duty Live, you call this live lobby. Bro, busy swearing at your friend like, yo, just turn around, shoot the guy, why can't you? Like hearing people screaming. Meanwhile, you're busy calling 911 and that's what they're hearing.
pointed
I mean, but that's an accident though. But at the same time, yeah, people could be losing their lives because of you making stupid accidents. That's why don't put your phone in your back pocket. Put it in your side pocket and make sure it's off.
in your face. Unfortunately, that's exactly what happened to 17-year-old Elijah Siraki in 2020.
Damn, 17 years old. If he got arrested though, that's dumb. That's dumb from 911 spot. Because, I mean, it's an accident. Literally, it's an accident. You gotta cut my man some slack. If it really was an accident.
23. During a heated match in the first-person shooter Rainbow Six Siege, Elijah unknowingly butt-dialed 911. Not the worst thing in the world, but things
Exactly, unknowingly.
got really bad when the operator heard what Elijah was saying to his teammates over a headset.
All right, just had to kill 2 people. 911. I can't hear anything in the background other than just killed 2 people. And he's not, like, I hear him mumbling, but...
Now, police don't take potential double.
That's understandable. Okay. Yeah. I take back what I said about 911. Yeah. Yeah, that's understandable. I mean, that's why I don't play RPGs, man. That's why I don't play RPGs. At that point, like, gotta keep my hands up, I guess.
Homicides lightly. Kentucky officers raced to Elijah's house ready for what they assumed would be a deadly confrontation. Instead, they found the teen walking out, phone in hand, desperately trying to explain the misunderstanding. Unsure what to believe, officers patted him down and went inside the house to check that it was clear. Sure enough, though, all they found was a sick gaming setup. Ha! I'm cutting the kid some slack for this one, but next time I'm sure he'll be leaving his phone on the table while he...
At least they didn't arrest or shoot or do anything. So, it was all just a misunderstanding.
games.
Are you ready? Yeah.
Do you like puzzle?
Should I do movie reactions? I feel like that's a bit too much. Too long. I don't like movies. That can be an excuse for me to actually start watching movies. Because I don't watch movies. My days, what am I doing? Hold on. I just messed up big time. I don't know what I did. I got it.
Hasn't changed my lock. To find out was a sick gaming setup. Ha! I'm cutting the kid some slack for this one, but next time I'm sure he'll be leaving his phone on the table while he games. King of cringe. Oh, YouTube pranksters. I'm yet to find a single one that's actually funny and not a total douchebag. Unfortunately, Jason Sid, King Sid, hasn't changed my luck. Known for posting all kinds of outrageous content to his 3 million subscribers, Sid's no stranger to controversy. But in January 2022, he uploaded his stupidest video yet. From a gas station, Jason and his friends call 911 to report supposed suspicious activity.
Drive. He has a black hoodie. He's keep going in and out. Like, people keep coming into the car and...
Then Sid and Co. sat back in their car and waited with hidden cameras to film everything that went down. Sure enough, cops arrived at the scene, and before long, they started questioning the YouTubers. All 3 passengers gave intentionally suspicious answers, prompting the officers to force them out of the vehicle while they searched it. But instead of finding anything illegal, the police discovered, wait for it, a bunch of cans of Coca-Cola. Oh, hilarious. Not. The 3 young men were let go, but a month later, the Coral Springs Police Department charged Sid with misuse of 911. Good. 4 officers had responded that day and wasted over 45 minutes on the fake.
Shout out 911. They did the right thing. Man, I wouldn't even try to
call, during which time several...
Oh, man. Like a prank call, I understand. Like, that's still funny, I guess. But literally, intentionally getting them to your spot and being like, hey, like, intentionally giving them suspicious answers. Are you stupid? Are you, like, genuinely, are you dumb? Like, no person on this planet is dumb. No one is dumb. Everyone has a brain. Everyone knows how to think properly. Except for the guys who really can't help it. But no one is truly dumb. But if someone was dumb in this world, that would be dumb. That would be dumb.
Real emergencies were held up. I'd love to say Jason's content has improved since the incident, but I'm afraid that would be a lie. No good deed. A man was driving down a Nebraska highway back in March 2023 when suddenly a car came speeding towards him on the wrong side of the road. Panicking, the man barely swerved out of the way, then made this phone call.
I'm on Highway 77 going north, and there's somebody that is on the wrong side of the road.
And then did you see what color or type of vehicle it was?
No, he had his bright...
Yo, imagine he's the guy that's on the wrong side of the road. I think that's what happened here.
Sorry, man. He almost ran me off the road.
The police jumped into action and headed onto the highway to look for the lunatic. Meanwhile, our man continued chatting with officers about the near-death experience he just had.
That dude, he almost hit me, so I was like, holy...
But then, something completely unexpected happened. The man who'd made the call saw flashing lights behind him and realized he was getting pulled over. What kind of injustice was this? He pulled to a stop and an officer opened his door. It turns out the other car he'd seen hadn't been driving on the wrong side of the road at all. It had been him the whole time. How in the heck? After doing a breathalyzer, police discovered he was over twice.
Big brain moment. Big brain moment from me. Not gonna lie, big brain moment from me. That was big brain. I'm not gonna lie, that was big brain from me. That deserves a like. That deserves at least 1 like, man. Come on. Cut me some slack here. Cut me some slack. That's big brain moment there. That was big. You gotta cut me some slack on that one. That's a big brain moment from me. Go, man. Leave a like on that one, man. That deserves a like. That's all I'm saying, man.
It's the legal limit. Damn. So this nincompoop not only got so drunk he didn't know which side of the road he was on, he also called the cops on himself. Can you get any more brain dead? Help with.
You see, that's something I would do. I'm not gonna lie, that's something I would do. That's a situation that I think I would very well get myself into, yo. Because that's just the type of things I would do. It's types of thing that happens to me. It's just my luck. I'm literally not gonna lie. That's literally the types of things that would happen to me. Oh, I just realized the stream is still titled Pokemon Black and White. Pokemon Black, Blaze Black 2. Hold on. How do I change it again? How did I change it last time? And I forgot. Hold on. I genuinely forgot. I forgot completely. And now it doesn't even wanna. Do I edit? Yes, I go to edit. Okay. There we go.
With homework. People in trouble might use code words over the phone to try and communicate they need help without alerting anyone around them. No doubt that's what this operator was thinking when he received a call from what sounded like a small child.
Yeah, I need some help.
What's the matter?
With my math.
Was your mouth?
No, with my math. I have to do it. Will you help me?
Sure. Where do you live?
No, it's my math.
Yo, hold on. Let me.
Was thinking when he received a call from what sounded like a small child.
Yeah, I need some help.
What's the matter?
With my math.
Was your mouth?
No, with my math. I have to do it. Will you help me?
Sure. Where do you live?
No, it's my math.
Yeah, I know it. Where do you live, though?
He's doing a good job of keeping the kid on the line while trying to get as much information as possible from him. As the call continues, however, the operator begins to realize that in this case, there are no code words.
How old are you?
I'm only 4.
4?
Yeah.
Yep. The child really called the cops just for help with his math homework. I can't go too hard on him for this. He was only 4. Something tells me
He's just a kid, man. I mean, that. What are they gonna pull up now at the kid's house? Oh, you're calling 911 for unnecessary reasons. I mean, they probably told him that over the phone. 911 is not like a math tutoring place, but it's just a kid, man. That's understandable. I would like to understand the way kids think, though. How do kids think? Like, oh, I'm struggling with math. I don't have a calculator. I don't have Chat GPT. Let me call 911.
The mother learned a valuable lesson about leaving her kid alone with the phone, though. The not so usual suspects. Being a criminal isn't easy. Always looking behind your back, constantly on the alert, knowing that at any moment the police might pop out of nowhere. Well, it seems that for these two wannabe criminals, the stress was just too much and they had to call the men in blue.
Hi, we're the two dumbasses that got caught trying to bring some stuff through your border, and all your cops are just driving around us like a bunch of jack wagons. I just really would like you guys to end it. If you could help me out with that, we just like to get on with it.
You got caught doing what?
Leland Ayala Deliente and Holland Swart turned themselves in for transporting 20 pounds of jazz cabbage from Las Vegas to Idaho. Only the cops weren't actually onto them. The pair had clearly got high on their own supply and became so paranoid they just thought they'd been found out.
You see, if it was true, if they really were being looked for, shout out to them, because I mean, that's honesty is the best policy, I guess. But yeah, I know. Oh my days, how? Literally, what? That's crazy. My days. Okay.
Do you guys have any like guns or weapons or anything on you at all?
I'm processing this. I'm processing. Imagine.
We don't have any of that sort with us. Just a bunch
Okay, cool.
of snacks and stuff.
All right.
No guns, just snacks. Even the operator couldn't stop himself from laughing. When police arrived, both men already had their hands behind their heads and turned themselves in without a struggle. Swart was sentenced to 5 years probation and 30 days in prison, while Ayala Deliente was sentenced to 8 years in prison. His sentence was increased from just 1.5 years because, lo and behold, he tested positive for illicit substances the day of his sentencing. What a doofus. Snow, no. We've all heard about kids stealing knickknacks from people's yards, but you're not going to believe what this British woman called emergency services to report stolen.
Hello, I need the police, please.
Okay, what's happening?
Well, what happened was there's been a theft from outside my house.
Okay, when did this occur?
Well, I'm not sure exactly because I ain't been out to check on him for about 5 hours. But I went out about 5 minutes ago to have a fag, and he's gone. So it could be in the last 5 hours. But I know there's CCTV up this road.
Who's gone, sorry?
My snowman.
Right, your snowman's been stolen.
Yeah.
A snowman? Did she not think that, it might have just melted? Man, if this isn't a joke, then I really have no words. Let's at least hear what else she had to say.
He had 2 of my teaspoons in his arms and money on his face. I'm not being funny. I know it's only a snowman, but I thought it'd be fine. What with it being icy and that, people ain't been walking up and down the road. It ain't a nice road, but at the end of the day, you don't expect someone to nick your snowman. Do you know what I mean?
Yep, what a complete waste of police time. Although I do empathize. Last winter, I had my snowman stolen, and not a day goes by that I don't wonder where he is. The live stream hoax. Unfortunately, not everyone calls the police with good intentions, something 21-year-old Ashton Connor Garcia knows all too well.
Bro, why do I keep...
4 minus 3 is equal to 1.
June 20...
I keep trying to go to the next tab because I'm watching the video from the tab of the live stream. So I have to switch to the actual tab of the actual video to pause it. But every time I do, and I try and go and like pause it, I like, you know that thing where you like separate the tabs? Yeah, I keep doing that, and that's so annoying. But
unfortunately, not everyone calls the police with good intentions. Something 21-year
does that look like me? Do all white people just look the same? That's clearly not. No, that's not me. That does not look even. That doesn't like. No. No, that doesn't look like me. The eye color is completely off. That does not look like me at all. It's just because my hair is short now. If my hair was longer, then for sure, you wouldn't even see no resemblance at all. Yeah, no, I don't even think. I was just thinking to myself, some random person would be thinking that's me. Just had to prove myself. Like, no, that's not me. That ain't me.
Year-old Ashton Connor Garcia knows all too well. From June 2022 to March 2023, Garcia was a regular user of an online message board centered around making fake emergency calls. Not only this, but he'd regularly live stream himself making these hoax calls using online platforms like Discord.
Evidence Police Service, how can I help you?
Oh my God! Finally, it wasn't working. My mom, she's dying. I accidentally shot her.
Whoa, what a horrible thing to joke about. But this is just one of dozens of hoax calls Garcia made across the US and Canada, the majority being of a similarly violent nature. The calls were intended to produce an immediate response from police who'd arrive at the locations Garcia told them, only to find innocent and confused families greeting them with no knowledge of any call. Garcia would even taunt dispatch officers after the hoax had been discovered, all for the entertainment of his viewers.
You're doing threats that are terroristic and that they can go beyond the borders of Canada, is what I'm telling you.
Wild, I'm a terrorist. You're right, I am. Okay.
Ironically, it would be some of these same viewers who eventually got him caught after an anonymous tip directed the FBI towards Garcia's Discord. The conniving caller was arrested in March 2023 and sentenced to 3 years in prison for federal charges of extortion and harassment. Considering the sheer fear he's responsible for and all the police time he's wasted, 3 years isn't nearly enough.
He deserves it. Prison was made for people like him. Not gonna lie. He deserves that. Talking about Discord, should I get a Discord? Nah, I don't think so. Nah. Who knows? Maybe when my channel grows like bigger. I don't know. I don't do reactions regularly. Maybe like when I have like a wide reach kind of. I don't know. We'll just see. Because now at the moment I'm just going with the flow. I felt like reacting, so I'm reacting. I felt like playing Pokemon, now I'm playing Pokemon. I felt like filming, I'm just filming. Like literally making content.
Enough, in my opinion. Let's just hope this serves as a valuable lesson to him anyway. The cop that saved Christmas. The holiday season can be a stressful time of year for many reasons, and that goes doubly for 911 operators. One dispatcher recalled the time a woman had called at 6:30 a.m. on Christmas morning. She'd spoken in a breathless, panicked voice asking for help, and the dispatcher had tried their best to calm the woman down and find out what the emergency was. That's when they were told the woman didn't know how to get the cranberry sauce out of the can without it coming out in chunks. Ah, of course. What an emergency. Jeez, what is wrong with people? Ever helpful, the officer told her to try opening it from the other end and sliding it out onto a plate. And while this solved her cranberry sauce emergency, a significantly more serious one began when an officer arrived at her door later to educate her on the real use of 911. First contact. Have you ever seen something unexplainable floating in the night sky? Something that makes you question if we're really alone in the universe? If so, you might understand how this man from Hertfordshire, England felt when he called the emergency line to report what sounds eerily like an extraterrestrial sighting.
Caller, you're through to police. What's your emergency, please?
It's gonna be the moon, huh? He saw the moon and thought it was How? How? Hold up. I'm trying to search something. I should have searched on my phone. I know my laptop is slow. Hold on. The moon looking like a UFO. Okay. Let's see if this man was crazy or not. I don't know if the video is lagging. Might be. Video might be lagging. Let's see. Let me show you guys this. Wow, this thing really is slow. Check it. How does this look like a UFO, guys? How can you possibly think this is a UFO? Those are clouds. Yeah, no, I don't like literally. How can you think the moon is a UFO? That does not make sense. What is this? What? Yeah, no, that guy's crazy. He's really crazy. I don't know how you can look at the moon and think it's a UFO. I thought it was like at least a little bit justifiable, but no way.
It's not an emergency per se, but there's something flying over our house that it's coming towards me now. Enormous lights blazing, and I don't know what the hell it is. I see these big bright lights floating in the sky. They're coming towards me. I'm in Canterbury Way, Stevenage. I don't know what the hell it is. It's not an airplane, but it's hovering. I don't know what it is.
Whoa, a big strange hovering craft in the sky? That's super weird. What could it have been? The dispatch officer said she'll make a note of the report and ended the call. Now, if the story had ended there, this would have remained just another unsolved alien sighting. But things took an unexpected turn when the man called again, this time with a shocking admission.
Experience travel delight with Discovery Bank. Save on flights, breeze through airports, and enjoy incredible discounts on hotels.
I thought I saw something that was really strange, and it wasn't actually.
Right. Do you know what? Because I just spoke to you myself. Do you know what it was then, or?
Well, you won't believe this. You won't believe it. It's a moon.
Wow. Yeah, that operator really didn't sound impressed.
Right. Okay. I'll log that down. Okay. But we're really busy.
I'm terribly sorry. I'm terribly sorry.
Okay. Thanks. Goodbye.
How does that even happen? I think everyone's seen the damn moon enough times to know it's not an alien.
For real.
Faith in humanity, -10. Get off my lawn. During a Reddit Ask Me Anything, one former police officer recalled a particularly aggravating dispatch call they'd had. Responding to a man who claimed a person had been trespassing on his property, the officer arrived at his house. When asked for further details, however, the caller, a 50-something former elementary school principal, revealed that this supposed intruder was just his neighbor's 3-year-old child. What? The kid had been playing on his front lawn, and in response, the former principal demanded they
You see, this reminds me now of that scene from what's this haunted house, that one animated movie where like the house is kind of like a monster, it's alive. Yeah. Well, I mean, I can see like how it's annoying having, because I myself I don't like little kids. I have a little brother and I love him too. Like I would die for him. That's a whole different story. He's my family. He's literally my little brother. But bro, someone else's kid, no way. I'm telling you, man. If I wasn't Christian, if I wasn't a child of God, and also if their parents went there and I didn't have self control and I didn't have morals, I would have kicked that I would have kicked that kid to the moon. You know, unfair fight, but hey, you know, no one's gotta know. I really don't have patience for kids, so I can see how it's annoying having little kids playing on your lawn. You're just trying to chill. You're trying to enjoy yourself, like, you know, watch YouTube, play games. Maybe you're trying to pray, read your Bible, do those types of things. And then now there's a little kid constantly making little kid noises and sounds on your lawn. Like, no way. I would also get mad. I'm not gonna lie, I would also get mad. But that's like personally for me because I have anger. No, I don't have anger issues, but I have a short temper. So especially when it comes to kids, like little kids, I have a short temper. I'm working on it. But yeah, I have a short temper with kids. So me personally, I wouldn't like that. I would.
be punished to the fullest extent of the law. Oh, brother. Unsurprisingly, the officer refused to take action. Old Principal Buzzkill was irate by this and filed a formal complaint about the cop, but it was quickly dismissed. I'd hate to imagine what studying at that principal school would have been like. Interview from hell. On the 7th of April 2023 in Macon, Georgia, a 911 operator received a terrifying call. A woman was hiding inside a McDonald's bathroom claiming that a man was holding 5 people at gunpoint. With no time to lose, 2 deputies were dispatched and arrived at the scene just a couple of minutes later. Only there didn't seem to actually be a scene. The officers quiz-staffed about a potential gunman, but nobody had any clue what they were talking about. Clearly, some prankster thought it would be funny to report a fake emergency to the police. But why at a random McDonald's? Unless the call was coming from inside the restaurant. Police conducted an investigation and soon found 18-year-old Tiara Everett, who'd arrived for an interview earlier that day and was acting suspicious. Police obtained her phone and determined that, yep, the 911 call had been made from it just a few minutes earlier. So what gives? Well, it looks like Tiara had been pressured into getting a job by her parents, but rather than actually try for it, had made up a story about a gunman to escape her interview. Damn, can you get any lazier and stupider? Rather than leaving with a job, the teen left in handcuffs and was later charged with false reporting of a crime and unlawful conduct. That's karma. Emergency bathroom break. There's nothing more stressful than when nature calls at the worst time. But the last thing you should do is, call the police. Well, one guy from Ontario was stuck in traffic when he thought this was exactly the right course of action.
Okay, you have the police. Where's the emergency?
Actually, the thing is that I have to pee and these guys are not moving.
You have to pee.
Yeah.
This is your emergency that you have to pee?
Yeah.
And how are the police going to help you urinate?
I have to pee, man. And
But I'm not sure what you'd like me to do that you have to urinate. I can't help you with that. I am disconnecting. Thanks. Bye.
What did he expect the response to be? Did he seriously think the police would send a couple of squad cars and make a path for him to the nearest bathroom?
No way someone would. That's crazy. No way. Oh yeah, the sound.
Lane for this kind of situation for him to the nearest bathroom. Maybe in the future they can introduce a special lane for this kind of situation. We can only hope our desperate urinator found a bottle in his car. The Nutty Director. If you thought you'd seen enough pee-related fiascos, think again. Dr. Ellen Glickman, director at Kent University, got herself in a lot of trouble after she called the police at 10:30
Crazy haircut, not gonna lie.
p.m. requesting assistance with entering her own university.
911, where's your emergency?
I'm at Kent State University. I need to get into my building, please.
Okay. Is this an emergency? Can you look up the non-emergency number?
It's a non-emergency. I need to get into my building, please.
Okay. I need you to look up the non-emergency number and contact the Kent State University Police
I need to get into my building, please.
She sounds like a really nice, not entitled woman at all, doesn't she? Well, officers arrived outside the university and spoke with the director. Glickman explained that she'd just come from a school commencement ceremony and couldn't seem to get into the university bathroom despite having the master key. But while she was talking, the officers smelled alcohol on her. This, combined with her seeming inability to use the keycard system, made them suspicious of Glickman's ability to drive herself home safely. So they requested she call someone to pick her up, an idea which clearly did not sit well with her.
Do you have someone you could call?
I do.
My husband. Okay. Do you want to go pee first and start working on calling him?
No, I don't. This is not okay.
What's not okay?
That you're going to call my husband.
No, you're going to call him.
Throughout the whole interaction, Glickman was rude with the officers and outright refused to organize alternative transportation. According to her, owning a Tesla meant she was